everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. If you are new here to my channel, hello, welcome. I'm Karrie Lynn. Here on my channel, I share DIYs, budget-friendly homemaking, vlogs, just honestly a little bit of everything. So if that sounds interesting to you, make sure you hit that red subscribe button before we jump into the video. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you guys a bedroom makeover on an extreme budget. We're going to be using a lot of stuff that we already have on hand. This bedroom makeover is for my son's room. It's been a long time since I've done a refresh in here. As you can see, we have like a lot of things just kind of pieced together. It's functional, it's worked, it's just not as like cute and like styled. So we're going to change that today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hopefully it brings you some motivation, inspiration for your space. But without further ado, let's jump right in. We're going to start taking things off the walls and kind of moving things out of the way so we can start doing some DIY projects. On the to-do list today, we have like a little gaming setup that he wanted to do. He found this idea. We were scrolling through Pinterest looking at like just different room ideas, and he saw this one room and he's like, oh, I love that. So I was like, okay, well, that's cool. I can actually use some things that I already have to make that happen. So we're going to be using the pegboard. We're just going to be turning it a different way and just redoing this whole space. So that's big on the to-do list, some paint, and just kind of changing up the layout over here. We are also putting him together a new bed, like a bed frame, and then I'm also going to be adding trim around the windows, and I'm also going to be painting the trim in the room and the door. We have a lot planned for this room today. A lot of work. And you know that I finished this entire project in one day? I'm so proud of myself. Well, most of the work. Like the following day, I ended up, well, I guess it was 2 days. It took me 2 days. I will say that. 2 days, we put the bed together. I spent most of my day painting the trim and the doors, and then came in and we ended up putting his desk together, and I did some finishing touches like on a separate day. But overall, 2 full days was not too bad for a full room makeover in my opinion, and everything was so affordable. This is just proof that you don't have to spend a lot of money to have a cute space. Like, you really don't. And why it's taken me so long to do this is beyond me. I think it was just a little overwhelming to get started. Sometimes when it comes to projects, I think that's my biggest downfall. It's just, I know the ideas I have plans. It's just the initial startup is just kind of like, oh my gosh, where do you even begin? My biggest advice, if you are in that state, is to pull everything off the walls and start with the painting, the hole patching. Start with the little things that you can do that are quick and easy, and then move to the bigger things like putting furniture together, or maybe doing the DIYs. Save those for once you start getting that motivation going. And sometimes I'll get that motivation after I've already started on the smaller things. So it just takes me a minute to get going, but once I do, I am unstoppable. I also, by the way, have a video from when I first did Caden's bedroom and I added this pegboard wall for all of his Nerf guns. If you guys want to check that out, I'll have it down below. It's a little bit more in detail on how to actually put this on the wall, but as you can see here, we just had some like scrap 2x4s attached to some studs, and those just allow the pegboard to be off the wall, so that way you can actually use the little pegs. If it's flush against the wall, then there's no way to get those little metal things into the holes, so you have to have some sort of spacer there. That's why the 2x4s are there. So I'm going to remove those because I'm actually going to use this pegboard the same. I'm just going to like turn it. I'm going to paint the wall first, but I'm going to use this whole setup again in a little bit. So you'll see how I end up attaching it. These lights also have held up really, really well over the years. They finally stopped working. I ordered them a long time ago from Amazon, and it was like a long strip light. Like I said, they lasted 2 to 3 years, I think it's been. But they finally just gave out. So I pulled those off the wall and I ripped the paint right off, but it doesn't matter because it's all about to get repainted anyway. And my son did request for a black wall in his room, but he didn't just want like any type of black. He wanted it to be the black of blacks, like super dark. Now, I was not against it by any means. Like, I'm totally fine with the kids like picking things out, but I was like, from my experience, this room being so tiny, I was like, let's not go with the darkest black. Let's try to find one like an in-between. So I gave him a couple options. I showed him a couple dark colors like Urban Bronze, Peppercorn, and Iron Ore. And Iron Ore by Sherwin-Williams is what we ended up settling on. It's beautiful. It looks black, but it's technically a really, really dark gray. But whenever it's like on the wall and it's dried, it looks like a toned down black. So I love the color. It was perfect. I ended up using a satin finish for the wall. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. I did eggshell. Eggshell finish for his walls, and I also decided to paint the trim and the door the same colors, so you'll see that in a little bit. But for now, I did end up moving his bearded dragon out of the room for just temporarily. It was getting kind of loud in there. There was a lot of commotion, and they can get overwhelmed really easily, so I went ahead and put him in the dining room temporarily. Then Dylan and I moved the dresser to make room in here, and I dropped my camera. I swear, I can't have nothing nice. And then we are going to set up, we're going to set up and take down, wait a second, let me rewind. We're going to take down his old bed and then put his rug down, and then we're going to put up his new bed frame. We ended up getting him a new bed frame that would match with his desk that's coming in, just to change up the look. We want things to be like a little bit more matte. Not necessarily that it has to match. There's really nothing wrong with this bed frame. We did put it by the road so someone could grab it, but this is actually a piece to the bunk beds. The other bed was already picked up. We already put that one out by the road, and someone already got that one. So we went ahead and just put this one out there too. It's in great shape. It's just not what we were going for as far as the style goes, and he really wanted the type of bed frame that had the lights on it, so we made it happen. And this whole bedroom makeover has been a long time coming. My son and I have talked time and time again about what he wanted. We're trying to plan it out so that way it'll last for a while, and it won't just be something like that I've chose or that my husband chose. We wanted him to tell us what he wanted for his space specifically. It's really big for me. I want my kids to be able to have a say in what they want. I love the smell of new rugs. Oh! Did you see it? Oh my lord! What in the actual heck? Like your rug?
Yeah. It's soft.
Mm-hmm.
Hey. Nice of winning. He's blanking the castle rug.
Well, I just figured we'll put the bed together on it so we're comfortable. I knew I'd fit right in that box. Oh God, actually this one's a perfect size for me. Alright, you're gonna have to move. Ah! He's like,
it's going crazy.
he's apologizing. I'm sorry, Mom. I just got excited. It's okay. What the heck? Don't act baby. We're trying to get him. No, don't do that, guys. We're trying to get him to calm down. Oh, don't break that box.
No, stop.
Go out. No, you need to remove yourself. No, out of the room. No, like out of the room. No, just go. You said I won't do it. I will not remove. You're mad. Why did you think this was all of a sudden his? That was psycho. I got really excited, to be honest with you. I thought it was for me. I thought it was for me. You can't do that. I'm not. Just testing it out. Just making sure that it's safe. I wonder if it's because he can actually run and have like grip, so it made him excited.
This is not
Huh?
Oh yeah, it's a B.
That's an A. What you're holding in your hand. I know. Yeah.
Because if this has to mount like
Okay.
that.
Can you hold it flat? Oh. What are you doing? Flip it over. Thank you. Hold it like that. Now spin it around for me because the skinny side. Hold it flat. Hold it there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's it. Goes like that.
So facing me or facing you? So it's right like this?
Yeah.
Okay. You done?
I didn't do nothing. I That's you.
Just a little scoop right here.
Don't pour overly.
Here, you take one.
And they're going through this part like that.
Is that the next step?
I'm assuming so.
Oh, are you assuming?
Yeah.
I'm reading directions.
It's gotta be the next step.
I got more screws.
These are cute. I like this one.
Get all these?
No, they're really tight. I'll be able to put the show on backwards again. This metal seems pretty sturdy though. Oh, we forgot to tape the thing. That looks awesome. And look, check it out. Look, you can change colors. All right, so after the long battle of putting his bed together, it honestly was not hard. You know how it is if you put furniture together. It's just a lot. So anyway, after that, Dylan went to go take a break to eat some lunch and stuff. I was not ready to stop, so I went ahead and put together his new nightstand. Listen, if I could recommend anything to you guys furniture-wise ever, it would be this nightstand. This is the coolest thing ever. It's so beautiful. I love like the mid-century modern look. I did change the little knob, just fair warning, it does come as gold, but it didn't obviously look good in here, so I just used a black knob off of his dresser. And then we did get this lamp off Amazon. The nightstand's from Amazon, but it also has a charger. That little black thing that's on it, you can put your phone on it, and it charges your phone through your case. I have an OtterBox case too. Nothing ever charges my phone through the case. This, it works straight through the case. You can charge it and just set it down. It's the coolest thing. It has little plugs on the side. I love it. It even came with a light for underneath of it, like a motion sensor light. So in the middle of the night when you get up, it'll automatically kick on. So you can see when you're like where you're walking. It's so nice. I'll have the nightstand and the bed linked down below if you guys are interested. And then jumping to us painting, my kids love to help me paint. This is like their favorite thing to do. So we work together. I don't stress on a mess. You know, anything can be cleaned. It's not no big deal. I let the kids help me all the time. We get paint everywhere, but it's nothing a little bit of wet wipes can't fix. So we just go with it. Okay, Mommy can finish it for you. Okay? Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do you like it though?
Yeah.
Stand up and look.
Yeah, I like it.
Is it the color you wanted?
Not exactly, but I like it. Oh,
What?
his toes in the door. Not
Okay, well move. Don't let him come in here.
Not smooth. His toes are on the board.
Okay, I'll get him.
Look.
Oh, I see. Okay, I'll get it.
Okay.
So he was talking about Knox, his like little foot was in the crease of the door, so he couldn't shut the door. He had like his toes shoved through the crack. So thank goodness he noticed so he didn't hurt his little feet. But I had to move him out of the way. He is just a bull in a china shop. He really is. He'll just lay wherever. He'll knock things over. It's so funny. And let me just tell you, so my son's birthday party just passed this past weekend. And you want to talk about the happiest dog on the planet? All the people that were there, like, he just ate it up. He loved it so much. It was so cute. But anyway, this whole plan right here to paint the trim the door was actually not part of the plan. It just kind of happened. And the reason it happened was because we were waiting on his desk to arrive. It was supposed to be there that day, but it was taking forever. And my husband went to go take a nap. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll just paint. And then I just started painting. And when I start painting, y'all, it's a problem. It just, one thing leads to another. Next thing you know, I'm painting the ceiling. I'm just kidding. But not even gonna lie, my son wanted his entire room painted black. He literally came in here multiple times and was like, why, I don't understand why you can't just paint all the walls. I was like, baby, because that will be like really dark and really like kind of gloomy. He's like, I don't care, I want it to be dark. And I'm like, no, let's style it and see what happens, because the thing is, I didn't want to paint it all black and then him not like it and then have to go through the process of trying to paint over such a dark color. Oh my gosh, can you imagine the amount of layers? So I was just like, let's just take our time, one step at a time. I'll paint the trim, everything, get the windows done, get the window treatments, get your bedroom styled, and then we'll kind of revisit the situation and see how you feel. I'm not against painting the ceiling black. I think that's super cool. Honestly, it was something that was on my mind the whole time. I was thinking how cool it would be to paint the ceiling black, because it needs to be repainted anyway. They have these like little sticky hands. Y'all know what I'm talking about? These little sticky things that they throw and it attaches to the ceiling or the walls. Well, there's been a couple times where he's thrown a like little sticky lizard up there and it's stuck. This little sticky hand dude they got from Dollar Tree, he threw it to the ceiling and it was stuck there for weeks, okay? Well, I didn't think anything of it and I just left the guy up there. I pulled it down and it left like red marks from the dye of the little sticky hand. So all of that stuff needs to be repainted. The whole ceiling needs to be repainted. So who knows, I might paint it black because I really love the look of dark ceilings. I think it would be really cool. And then do some like of those little glow-in-the-dark stars up there. Oh, that'd be so neat. We'll see. Well, that'll be another project for another day. We're not doing that today. But anyway, moving on, I am patching some holes. Lots of holes, as you can see. We hang a lot. And I don't mind it. Like, I don't mind patching a few holes and repainting. And I do it every couple weeks or every couple months, maybe once a year. And it looks brand new again. Like, it's fine. It was so funny. My brother-in-law, whenever we had my son's birthday party here, he's like, I don't understand how you change your house so much. He's like, how is there not like a million holes in the wall? And I was like, well, because I patch them. And that's why they make spackling, so that way you can patch them. So don't ever be scared. That's like the number one thing I have never understood is like homeowner. Well, I kind of understand. As a homeowner myself, if I was to rent my house out, I wouldn't want people just like damaging the walls, obviously. But pictures and stuff like that, like some landlords won't even let you hang photos on the wall because they don't want a little nail hole. That's crazy work. Like, you have to have pictures on the wall. And honestly, those little freaking little strips that you buy, the sticky patches, those do more damage than a hole. You can patch a hole in a second and paint over it, and you can't even tell it's there. But those little command strips, sometimes they'll rip the paint and the drywall off the wall. All right. Nightstand, bed's put together. I got the whole wall painted, and I even painted the doors and the trim. All black. It looks so good. It needs a couple touch-ups, obviously, but it's getting there. We are going to work on building Caden's bearded dragon, like a little stand. We are going to get rid of this dresser because we do have a desk coming for his birthday that we're going to put together, like a little gaming desk. So this is going to go. We're going to try to build like something small for the tank, and then we'll have like a whole setup right here. It's TV on the wall. Make this like super cool, kind of more simple. I was originally going to do a built-in, but I feel like his room's already kind of small, so the goal is to just scale down, not try to like add too much, you know? All right, so switching gears, we are going to go ahead and add some trim around the windows. I had all this already on hand. I have a lot of trim. and a lot of wood on hand at all times. Like if there's one thing that I have at my house, it is scrap wood. So I went ahead and got the saw out. We're going to cut some pieces and we're going to add just some basic trim around the windows, nothing fancy. I didn't want to overdo it. I was trying to be as quick and just convenient as possible. Later on down the line, if I ever want to add something like fancier, I totally can, but I think keeping it simple in his room is the way to go because there is 2 large windows in there. I didn't want it to be too overwhelming. So what I did was I took some of these 1x3s and I added these around the whole casing of the window, and then I took a 1x2 on the very tippity top, and that is going to be like a little ledge piece. It's kind of like a farmhouse trim style. So once I style it together, you'll see. Now, just to address the situation real quick, I know the blinds need to be replaced. That is something I actually didn't get to in this video, but that is on the top priority to-do list, is to find him some really nice blinds for his room that are going to last. These are those really cheap plastic ones. They are the cordless kind, which I do appreciate because the corded kind are really dangerous. But yeah, blinds are just one of those things, and you got to make sure you get the right size because you can't mess that up. So I did measure these and I looked online and they don't have the right measurement that I need. So I'm going to just go to Lowe's and take a look next time I go there and see if I can find the right size. My plan is to get some that are the same as the living room and dining room. They're like the wooden blinds. So that way they're a lot more sturdy and they won't break. So that is the game plan, but one step at a time. So once I get the 1x3s all around the window, I use the level to make sure everything is nice and straight. If there's any gaps or anything like that, I can always caulk all that and make it look nice and seamless. But I went ahead and added that 1x2 on the top ledge, as you can see here, and it just gives that really nice detailed farmhouse style trim. It just gives it that little extra touch. It's not necessary, but it is something that I feel like does make a difference. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the same exact style on this window here. What's really nice is that as I was doing the measurements and cuts, all both windows are the exact same size, so I was able to just kind of copy and paste each measurement and made it really, really simple. Now, not all windows are like that, so if you have windows in your house, make sure you measure them each, because a lot of times they are like a little bit off and you don't want it to look, you know, not symmetrical. So anyway, that is how the trim work turned out. Looks really, really nice. At this point, you want to go in and you want to caulk it all and fill any nail holes and stuff like that. But now we did end up going ahead and building my son's bearded dragon a new little stand for in here. Something that was a little bit more small space. We built it custom to the size of the tank that he has now. And we used all scrap wood and things that we had. And this little cabinet I bought that for my laundry room, but it never ended up fitting. So we ended up just going ahead and using it for his bearded dragon, and it worked out really great. So yeah, we just built this right here in the bedroom, and then I painted it the same color as the wall, which is that iron ore. So another reason why we wanted to build him a new stand for his bearded dragon was because we did get him a desk, and with the old dresser that we had as his stand, it just wouldn't fit. And the goal for this space was to minimalize the size of the furniture. This room is absolutely tiny. Like an 8x10 rug doesn't even fit in here. Like it is really, really small. So we needed to scale down everything. I think something that I've always struggled with is like wanting to have like big chunky furniture, and it doesn't fit in our house. So I am learning, and we're trying to cut things down, make it smaller scale, so things fit better. It doesn't look as cluttered. So that was one of the big reasons why I wanted to build him a stand that was smaller and not so like bulky. So we built this, painted it black like I said, and then when we put his desk together and we scoot this over to the corner, it all fits really well, and it looks kind of like a built-in, but it's not. So that way when we do want to move his room around, we can. Originally I was going to do a full built-in on this wall, and it was going to be like permanent, but I kind of learned my lesson with that in my daughter's room, and as much as we love to change things and move things around, I think it's best that we just keep things not attached to the walls. But yeah, we put his desk together, and then I was trying to figure out if we were going to hang the what is this called? The TV on the wall. I did tape it off just in case we did decide to do that, but we decided against it. We feel that it looks best on his desk, and he loves it. So it kind of like looks like a computer screen to him, so he's obsessed with it. But I'm going to go ahead and attach the pegboard back to the wall now. Once again, using those same 2x4 scrap pieces of wood, I just line them up where the pegboard's going to go. This time, instead of it being vertically, it's going to be laid like horizontally and behind the desk a little bit near where the lizard stand is. And yeah. So all you do is just put these boards up. They don't have to be level. As long as the pegboard is level, it doesn't really matter what you have behind it. And I kind of learned that the first time. The first time I hung the wood, I made sure that it was all perfect. But really, it truly doesn't matter as long as when you go to attach the pegboard that you use the level on the pegboard. This is actually where I messed up a little bit because you see how the wood is showing right there by the plug. I was like, oh crap, that's not going to work. So I had already nailed it just to kind of help me hold it in place. So I just screwed it down, popped a couple nails in it, then I popped that one nail off the center, and then got my leveled it out, then I'll start screwing it in. But using my nail gun is what was helping me hold it in place, so that way I could do things on my own. If you don't have a nail gun, I would recommend definitely having an extra set of hands, makes a difference. But I got it up, and then I am going to go ahead and paint it the same color, iron ore. That way it kind of blends in, but once you add the lights to it, it kind of makes it pop. And then we're going to add the pegs back to it, style it, the whole nine. So here's the little TV going back up here. It kind of looks a little crazy right now, but just trust the process. It is definitely a process bringing everything together. I also wanted to mention the desk that we ordered. It actually is really nice. You can change the layout too. Like it is like a little L shape, but you can switch it to whichever side you want. It was $100, so it was very affordable. So far, so good. It's held up really great. It's nice and sturdy. However, it was a little deceiving on the photos. I thought that it came with lights, but it did not. So I did go ahead and order some strip lighting for under the desk, around the pegboard from Amazon. I paid $10 for the strip lighting, and it came with 2 massive rolls that I couldn't even use all of it. I ended up having to like overlap some of the lights because there was so much on the one roll. Like it goes a long way. So in order for me to do this and make sure everything was even, I did have to turn the lights on. It doesn't recommend doing this. It actually says to unroll the lights completely before you turn them on, but I don't listen, so I just turned it on and kind of just went with it, and I was just moving fast. I think a little bit of it is because the lights are so thin, and they get warm. They don't really get hot, but they get warm. But anyway, once the lights were up in place, I was playing around with all the colors. There's so many different modes you can choose from. It comes with a remote. Great deal, super great deal on the lights. But that's how that turned out, and now it's just a matter of getting it all styled and set up. We actually have a little stand that his steering wheel attaches to, so that stand fit perfectly under the desk and kind of filled that little gap right there. And then the next thing we had to do was find him a desk chair, which we did end up finding him one, a little gaming chair. It's super cute, and it has blue on it. It's blue and black. I didn't have that at the time of filming this video. It was coming in on his actual birthday, so we ended up having to wait for that. But overall, the whole setup turned out so darn cute. It looks really neat. I actually have a couple of videos and pictures I can share with you guys of how it finally turned out. But like I said, by the time I had filmed all this footage, it hadn't came in yet. At this point, everything is really starting to come together. It looks so nice. I added his comforter, and this is where I was kind of trying to figure out if I wanted to paint the trim around the windows black or not. I could not make up my mind on this. It was kind of a hard decision because, you know, once you paint something, you don't want to go back and repaint it right away. It takes time. So it was one of those things that I kept thinking about, like, do I want to paint it or not? But ultimately, as you can imagine, I decided to go ahead and go for it. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? You have to repaint it. So I decided to paint the trim around the windows black as an accent because I do not plan on adding curtains in this room. The curtains in here just don't work because of the way that the bedroom has to be set up with the bed and the nightstand. The curtains just kind of get in the way. The bed constantly knocks them down and pulls them out of the wall. We've learned over time that this room just feels a lot more open and airy without them. So we do have to replace the blinds and fix those, but just adding the dark trim around the windows instead gave it some character and kind of like dressed up the windows without having to actually use window treatments. And this is a great, affordable way to update your space too. Paint goes such a long way. There's so much you can do with paint that really transforms a space. You could even paint like an accent wall just using tape. Like if, for instance, if you can't afford to go and add wood trim to a wall or to create like, you know, a design, throw some tape on the wall and do some like stripes or, you know, different designs with paint. You could paint your trim. There is so much you can do with paint, and it's such an affordable way to update a space in such a beautiful way and really dress a room up. Wait till you see how this turned out with the trim being black. It really did make a difference. All right, so here I go making the bed for like the 100th time. But now that you can see the trim, look how much different the room looks. Don't it look so good? I'm loving it. I love this nightstand too, y'all. The nightstand, the little lamps are adorable. I love it so much. I actually was kind of regretting not ordering two because I got those nightstands on sale for Prime Day. I actually ordered most of his stuff on Prime Day because I was trying to get all the best deals I could to keep it super affordable. But I'm regretting not buying two because they are back to full price. And I wish that I had another nightstand on the other side with another lamp. I think it would just really complete the space. But you know, it's fine. It still gives him a little bit more floor space. And this is how it turned out so far. I'll show you guys like a couple overviews. At this point, his desk chair was not in yet, but we did end up getting the chair. And I'm going to go in there and I'm going to fix his room up again so I can show you a final reveal on how everything came together. It looks so darn good. I love it. It looks totally different than it did. It's a lot more simple, a little bit more age appropriate for him. I feel like everything fits in his room a lot better, especially since this is a much, much smaller space. And I'm also happy how it all came together on such an affordable budget. But I am going to give you guys like a little vlog tour in a second because I wanted to show you how it looks with his new gaming chair in, because I feel like that really tied things together. But I'll show you a couple before and after clips, and then we'll jump into that little vlog so you can see how everything... Well, actually, you know what? I'll share with you guys the vlog first, and then we'll jump into the before and after. So let's do it like that. I'm going to give you a little overview of how his room turned out now that he also got his gaming chair in. Everything is just kind of like complete now. It looks so good. I swear this is every boy's gaming dream to just have this whole little setup. So I'm super proud of it. It turned out so nice. His gaming chair is from Amazon, desk Amazon. This little setup we already had. This is actually an outdoor storage box that I got from Patio Well a while back. And then we just attached the steering wheel to it, and that is actually his toy box in there too. His little foot pedal so he can drive and everything. It's so neat. The pegboard, we just reused that just a different way. Painted it, added all the lights. His little lizard stand fits a lot better over here now. Look at him. Are you listening? Hi, buddy. Hey. What are you doing in there? He's so cute. He'll look at him turn his little head. Hi. You need some fresh greens. I gotta go get your dad. Come get you some new greens, huh? Oh my gosh, he's gotten so big. I can't believe how big he's got. We got him at the beginning of the summer and he's massive all of a sudden. Like, I don't know how he grew so fast. Then turning this way from his little gaming setup, you have this little area over here. I love the trim. I think it made such a difference. His little bed and everything is so cute together, but he's got all his little toys right here that he got for his birthday. Oh, and then he got this really cool like basketball hoop thing. I love this. We got to get some batteries for it, but super cool. And everything just looks so good together. I love how it all turned out. Y'all will have to let me know in the comments below what you think. I will have everything I can linked down below for you guys if you're interested. And yeah, that's basically it.
Lost and hopeless, when I was at my worst, it's grace that
This
you
is my room. So first I got
Keep it the other way. Turn it the other way.
So first I got this, and then I got this knife gun, and then I got this football toss game. And then I got this, my desk, and this is where I keep all my Hot Wheel cars, my colors of my light, but I like red, or I like green, or I like that. And then I got my squishy thing, and then I got my alligator thing, and then I got my whole gaming setup. I got my gaming chair. First I got my gaming chair, it's very comfy. Then I got my steering wheel and the pedal right down there. And then I got my controller. And then I got my boxing day. My birthday was yesterday. This is my controller that I play with. And I got my headset.
Your headset's hanging out with it.
Oh. And I got my headset right there. And then I got my whole gun wall. And I got my TV. And then I got Godzilla. But he usually watches me play. Godzilla. He usually watches me play my game. It's so cute. And sometimes I just let him sit on my shoulder. And then I got this. And then I got my black toy. And then I got some camping stuff.
Thank you so much for all your love and support on today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching. I will be posting on Friday. It's probably going to be more of like a get it all done style video. I have a ton of cleaning to do after the party we had this past weekend. So I'm going to be focusing on that all day today. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing day and I'll see you in my next video. Bye y'all.